Hey, what's up guys? Alex here from technoclass.com coming to you with an unboxing of the Huawei band. No, it's not a disco band, a music band. It is a smartwatch. Actually, it is more of a sports band type of thing because what it does is it does some information. No, not that. It does fitness and sleep monitoring. That's kind of its major function. It does have interchangeable watch faces and stuff, and does some smartwatchy things, but it's mostly a fitness band with smartwatch features. As you can see, it does have a POLED touchscreen, but I believe it's just white. There's no color on that screen. And also it's IP68, which is very good because typical smartwatches are IP67. That means you can do more with this, like shower, maybe even swim with it. I wouldn't try to, but you can do it. This is priced at about 3,000 pesos, which is what, $60? Alright, so since I'm not an expert with the Huawei band, let's look at some of its features here. It says your personal 24-hour trainer, extraordinary touch experience. You go where it goes. As you can see, it's swimming in the water. I don't know. And it's got intelligent reminders. That's pretty good. So let's check out some specifications here and see what we got. Seems like there's a shorter strap and a longer strap. I do hope this one fits me. About 25 grams weight. There's a black one, there's a white one, and a cream one. Kind of like all your races. Very small amount of memory because this is a very simple smart device. And as you can see, it's got a lot of compatible devices, including iPhone, so you don't need to be using an Android phone to use it. Looks like our battery capacity is a very small 70 milliamp hours, but the maximum working time is 3 days. So we have a pretty good amount of battery life. 3 days, about half a week maybe. We got some Bluetooth frequencies in here, pogo pin USB port, OLED touchscreen, and that's about it. That's all we need to know. There we go. Okay. Kind of an unusual way to package this thing, but alright, there we go. And the whole box pops out like so. Pretty nice packaging, I do admit. What's it say right here? Powers on when plugged onto the charger. Wipe the charger port dry before charging. Huh. Wipe the charger port dry before charging. Alright, there we go. Looks like we're going to see the accessories inside. Can we get into this thing? Oh my god, this packaging is really kind of weird. Okay, let's pull out some. We got a charging unit here, charging dock, and there's no way to remove the USB cable, so you will need to keep that USB cable, you know, unbroken. We have, looks like a strap lug here, so you can add more lugs. Paperwork here. We have the Huawei band, safety information, and this doesn't say anything except it's a Huawei band. Okay, there we go. Hey, we're making progress. There we go. Alright guys, so here is the Huawei band itself, and actually it's pretty small in my opinion. It's very lightweight, that's for sure. We'll remove this front thing right here, put it in the box, and there's another sticker on the bottom which I want to get to. Put this guy up. So it'll boot up when you charge it. So let's put it in the charger. Yeah, it's magnetic. Looks like we have a 40% charge. Now ignore the flickering that is going on with the camera roll because this is not flickering in real life. There you go. Oh, it's working now. How do I pair it with my phone? I guess I'm gonna have to read the manual here. Looks like you do swipe up and swipe down. Huawei band 589. That might be your Bluetooth connection here. There's your pedometer. There, I guess this is calories burned. This is your sleep time. This is when you want to make a sort of a exercise. And it goes into your battery level when you stop touching it. Looks like this is your, yeah, some menus here, about, firmware, stuff like that. How do we close? Oh, I'm learning it. Here is the time or your watch face. That's pretty good. And I think we picked the watch face that looks like that. Let's change it. Let's go with this watch face. There we go. There we go. Alright. interesting menu, interesting simple menu, but it is responding quite well. Alright guys, so we paired the watch or the wristband with our Huawei phone, with the Huawei Wear app, but it looks like we're updating the actual firmware of the Huawei band right now. So maybe we'll look at the parts of the band first. Alright, so here is the Huawei band itself, and it is very lightweight and kind of a circle, kind of a, I don't know, it's a cool looking thing, although I think this might be a little too feminine for me, at least the design. It's white with a chrome circle around it, and you can see there's the display, the OLED display, which is, I believe, just white on the inside of it. It's a circular display. On the back we have another, I like that this curves a little bit. It's actually a curved front here, not just a flat like display like this. And the back is actually also kind of a curve. Here's the charging pogo pins. And this is the strap, which is made of TPU, they say, TPU material. And it does feel like TPU. It's kind of a, I guess, rubbery silicone-like material, which the camera is not focused on right now, so I'll try and get it in focus. There we go. So it does have like a very cross-hatch material. I'm gonna try and get the there we go. So a little bit of shade from the camera gets you the texture that I'm looking at. Alright, since I have kind of large wrists, I'm on the last rung of the wrist strap, as you can see here. But it actually feels pretty good in the hand. It feels just like, I don't know, it kind of looks like I have a button or a superhero, you know, wrist thing on my hand. Alright guys, I'm back with a bit of a first impressions on the Huawei band. I actually used this for a couple of hours today, maybe 6 hours. And it's very interesting, I do kind of admit. The functionality here is actually kind of, you know, very useful. As you can see, it picked up my sleep, did a couple of hours of sleeping here. And as you can see, I've slept for 2 hours 24 minutes. That's an interesting demographic or number here. I've taken 2,000 steps, burned 182 calories, and here is the time and whatever. Alright, so I want to show you what the notifications look like here. It will show up once the notifications come on, but when you're not reading them, it will show up here on the sort of message looking thing. And once you tap that, as you can see, maps have downloaded some offline areas. We got a text here, Uber receipts, and you know, moderate traffic from Google Maps. You actually have to turn on the notifications from the app itself, the Huawei Wear app. But that's the notifications, and that's pretty much all the functionality that you get from the Huawei band. But I do have to admit, it does work pretty well, especially the sleep monitor. Alright, so one thing that works quite well is the gyroscope sensor. As you can see, once the display turns off, you can just flick your wrist and it'll detect it pretty well. And you can even flick your wrist to scroll through the menus. Now I don't know if you can actually choose the menu by, you know, flicking your wrist as well, but at least for the most part you can flick your wrist to go through the menus and see how much you've slept, how much calories you burned. One thing you're probably noticing by now is that it's very smudgy. The screen is very smudgy, and it doesn't seem to be, you know, it's not a type of glass that looks pretty even with the smudges. You definitely notice the smudges on the screen. But then again, it's only 3,000 pesos, so what can you do? Alright guys, that's about it for a quick unboxing and first impressions of the Huawei band, about 3,000 pesos. I think it's a pretty good band, although I'm not sure if it's worth 3,000 pesos. The notifications are not, you know, detailed or anything. The information is, you know, basic at best, and there are no applications you can install, so it's a pretty simple pedometer, calorie tracker, sleep tracker device. And if you do like, you know, that information with a little bit extra notifications, the Huawei band is a pretty good choice. But like I said, 3,000 pesos is a decent, I mean, a good chunk of change for a lot of people. So it's up to you if it's worth it. Anyway, that's it for me, Alex from technoclass.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.